Hello all. In this video, let's see how we can use the for loop and why we have to use the loops. Okay, let's quickly see. So we have data like this. So we have a column over here in the sheet one, which has the names Rajiv, Sai, and Mahesh. Now, if I want to get these names into the Excel VBA, so we have two ways. The one is that assigning the values for each and every value, like name is equal to 2 comma 1, this second and first column 2 comma 2 2 comma something like that, or else we can use the for loops. Let's see both the ways, and whichever, and you tell me which looks like very easy. Let's quickly jump into the developer tab and click on the visual basic. I would like to have new module, so I'm naming it as for loop. Let me maximize this one. Cool. Okay, so for loop. Okay, let's assign the sheet ws ws as worksheet. Cool. So set ws is equal to this workbook dot sheets of sheet one. Cool. On error, resume next. I would like to mitigate the runtime errors and I would like to reset that one. Go to 0. Okay, cool. So first of all, if the sheet is not available, then I would like to go ahead. W is nothing, then and if the sheet is nothing, then I have to go inside this one. Okay. Now let's see. Now if I want Rajiv here, for example, let's take dim. So name as variant, or we know the names as the names, all the names we have. So let's take it as a string. Okay, or either you can assign it as a variant as well, variant or string. Okay, so name is equal to how it's sheet one we are calling as ws dot cells. So this one, second row and first column, third row and first column, fourth row and first column. So cells of second row first column dot value. Okay, and then what we have to do here, um, okay, let's debug. Let's see what is the value here. Okay. So let's clear this one. Let's run this one. And it has mentioned only Rajiv. So if I want to get the Sai and Mahesh, so I have to need two more strings. Name 2, name 3. Okay. So name 2 is equal to, I want Sai. So ws dot sales. This is third row and first column. 3 comma 1 dot value. So I am printing debug dot print name 2. Okay, let's print Mahesh name as well. Name 3 is equal to ws dot sales 4 comma 1 dot value and debug dot print name 3. Okay, let's run this one. Now you can see. Okay, let's clear this one. Let's run this one. You can for loop. You can see Raju, Sai, and Mahesh. So now in this case, it's totally fine. Let's assume that um, we have the same names for these many times. Okay, so for example, or let's say um, we have some names like um, Google, Microsoft, Excel, Sheets, VBA, Slides, PPTs. Okay, so we have this many. So we can't write each and every line of program. If we have like 1,000, how we can do? So to, I mean, in those scenarios, the loops are like very much helpful. So let's see what the loops can do. So I'm just deleting all things over here. Let's take only name. What we can do here. Okay, so if this is nothing, so we have to know how many rows are there here, right? For that, we have to count the last row. So for that, I'm taking count rows, comma, last row as long. Please do watch my previous videos to understand this one. So let's count the rows. Count rows is equal to ws dot rows dot count. Okay, last row is equal to ws dot cells of count this one, how many are there. This returns more than like 1,40,000 or something, comma, in the first column I have dot and, so I have to come here and I want to do like this, right? So and excel up dot, I want the row. Now if you look at this one, let's see how many rows are there. Debug dot print number, the last row number is, okay, the last row, let's run this one, and the last row number is 11, so we have 11 rows. Now for I is equal to I I is equal to, so I don't want name, okay, let's say like 1 2 last row, which is like number 11. Okay, so whenever we use the for loop, we have to use next and the variable I. Doesn't matter whether you mention I or not, but I prefer to have this one so that you will remember the exact sentence syntaxes while you're practicing. So because we have used a variable I, so I would like to use have I, okay, as integer. So I know the size of I, it's like 1 to like 11, so that's the reason I used this integer. This is fine. You can use long as well, it's totally fine. So now name is equal to, so here ws dot cells. So earlier what we wrote, 2 comma 1, 3 comma 1, 4 comma 1. So if you see like I mean we are referring the first column, the column number is same, but the rows numbers are different. So instead of I'm keeping like I comma 1 dot value. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, so let's print this one, debug dot print. Okay, let's comment this one, we don't need this. Print I value. Okay, let's print I and what I want to print here, I value and the name value, the name. Okay, let's run this one to see. Okay, so you can see, okay, what we can do, we can keep something like this, comma like this. Let's clear this one, let's run this one. For loop run. So when I value is equal to 1, so first row name is equal to this one, it has written. When row number 2, when I value is equal to, so basically what happens, it goes I is equal to 1, it goes inside this one, and then next I, it goes up here, and then I is equal to 2. So here in place of I, it will replace 2 and 3 4 5 6, and it has written all the names over here. But we don't need the head, we don't have to see the header name, right? So I'm making as I is equal to last row. So now if we do this one for loop, now I can see all the names like Raju, Sai, and everything without the header. This is how we can simply, loop through the list of values in a column. Do remember one thing, that whenever you are doing a program, you are writing a code, I can say, so it has to be dynamic. Basically, it should not be static. Static is like the previous approach where we are mentioning name one, name two, name three. This is a static one. So, but the dynamic one is that it automatically has to understand how many values are there, and it has automatically has to perform for all the values, what are the operation that we need to perform. Thank you for watching this video.